Hello friends, today we will going to discuss about one more topic, that is development communication. See, you have heard about the communication. Now the one more word is added with the communication, that is the development communication. See, name itself indicates that hasten the development or to increase the developmental activities to reach the people in a short period of time, we are using a communication technology. See, that is the difference between actual communication and the development communication. So now we will look after what role they are in the developmental communication. First we will see what is development communication. The development communication is nothing but using communication media and technologies to promote development and to achieve desired objectives of improving standard of living of rural people. That is nothing but, see, whatever the activities taken up mainly to improve the rural life or improve the socioeconomic status of the people who are living in the rural area. Because we always say that if a rural area develops or a village develops, the whole country can develop. So based on that concept, many of the programs or the projects has come to improve the socioeconomic status of the people or the development of rural area. So this will be achieved, that program will be successful only when it could able to reach to the people in a required time, in time, to the specific target. Then only it can give a high result. For that, we are using the recent communication technologies. Now, India has achieved a lot with respect to the recent information technology. So we are using all those information technologies to promote these developmental activities to achieve the objectives of improving the standard of living of the rural people. That is nothing but a communication for social development. It is nothing but the overall, the societal development will going to influence on development of a country. For that, there is a need to have a development communication, that is by using the recent technologies like ICT, information technology, cyber extension, e-extension concept. All these things has to be used in communicating the information to the rural area. This concept was primarily introduced by Evert Roger. He has taken an initiation to come out with this concept of development communication. See, now we can see that once the research on development communication took place, lot of research has taken place in defining about the development communication. So in actual sense, they have defined the development communication is an art and science of human communication linked to a society's planned transformation from a state of poverty to one of dynamic socioeconomic growth that makes for greater equity and larger unfolding of individuals' potentiality. That is nothing but overall, if you see this, the same, that is nothing but it is a art and science where we will going to communicate with the human and linking a human with the society mainly to achieve socioeconomic growth and also to provide the equity to all the people and using the higher potentiality of an individual to achieve the development. So when we are talking about this developmental communication, the major components involved in it, development communication is human communication. That is nothing but the interaction between the two individual or the human being. And the next one is the speedy transformation. That means the information has to reach to the target people in a short period of time or in a required time such that it should have a greater impact for the end users. Next important component in the development communication is the people. That means we are targeting on the people. That means the people, majority of the population, they are living in the rural area. So we are concentrating on the people who are living in a rural area. Poverty is a common factor in a rural area because their major occupation is agriculture, income will be less. So our target is to bring the people above poverty line by providing the information in time such that they can make use of it very efficiently and they can use their potentiality to a higher extent to achieve the development. This concept or the definition of development communication involving these four components was given by Nora Cruz Cabral. She is a professor in a communication department and she has first introduced this term and the definition for the development communication. Now we will see what is the role of communication in developmental projects. That means what is the role of this developmental communication in achievement. For example, this developmental communication acts as a low-cost loudspeaker. Low cost loudspeaker is nothing but with less investment, we can reach a huge population in a short period of time. For example, if I send an SMS to a group of people within a fraction of a second, I can reach a large number of people in a given time with a major impact. That means they can make use of the technology which is given to them in time. And the next comes is it acts as an institutional catalyst. That is nothing but it helps the institution to get the feedback and do the research, which is very useful for the rural area. And it acts as a walking library. In a common sense, we can say that a walking library means we can get the feedback from people from different area, different categories based on the different need, and that could be used as a base. And this will help us to come out with the need-based technologies or need-based programs for them. And it acts as an organizer and a maintainer. This developmental communication helps us to organize each and every part of the developmental activities intact, and it could able to help in maintaining the contact between the people with the department by giving the information in time. And it is acts as an equalizer. Equalizer means it considers each and every person in a population. That means it consider male, female, youth, old people, small, marginal farmer. There is no difference in that. It treats each and everybody as a equalizer. Equal. And it acts as a monitor. Monitor means it is going to monitor the activities which is going to take place during a project, whether it is moving in the right path, whether we are going to reach the target, what is actually put forth in front of that project. That will be monitored through this developmental communication. That means we may ask them to upload the information through database or using the expert system, or maybe through conference, we can have a contact with them and we can discuss with them. And it acts as an instrument of integration. That means it is going to integrate each and every department with the technology and the end users, policy makers. That means it is integrating all the stakeholders through the technologies such that everybody can interact with each other and the problem could be solved in a short period of time. And it acts as a communication programs in held to create and to create a supply demand. That means it is going to create an awareness among the rural people such that whatever the information or the facilities required for the people will be demanded by them. Usually whatever the technology we are giving or whatever the extension strategy we are using is especially the supply driven. Now they are going to improve this as a demand driven, supplying a demand driven information. That does not mean that based on the need and requirement, by taking proper in time feedback, doing the research based on that and giving the information to them as per their requirement. Now we will see the developmental communication model. See, the developmental communication model is integration of the four factors. First one is cultural subsystem, and the next one is technological subsystem, and the third one is economical subsystem, and the fourth one is political subsystem. Whenever we are telling about the developmental communication, the development not only in terms of cultural aspects, not only in terms of technology, economics, political will not be there. If I could able to achieve a development in culture and failed in technological aspects, then I cannot say that I have achieved the development in a rural area or the socioeconomic status of the people have been improved. This is very difficult to say. That's why whenever we are telling about a development communication, it is an integration of all the factors, maybe cultural, maybe technological, economical, and the political. Cultural means the way of behavior, how they are conducting, that has to be improved. The superstitious beliefs, the supernatural powers, that all those things has to be removed. And the technology is very, very essential to transfer the information in time. See, now science has grown a lot and we are getting the information from all over the world with the help of a mobile or an internet in a short period of time. And that's why technology is updating us. We are not believing as we used to be in the 10 years back or as our grandfather or grandmother used to be there. So the technology has also contributed in achieving the development. Economical subsystem. Economical means whatever the technology you give, whatever the technological improvement you use, but it has to have a economical profitability for the people, then only they used to adapt or accept it. Political subsystem means it has to have a proper policy structures, it has to have a certain proper linkage such that the technology can reach the people in a short period of time with a proper communication. process. And now we will see what are the tools of developmental communication. The first one is the information communication technology. It could also be told as cyber extension. So information communication technology, you know very well. The cyber extension includes all the modern technologies or the information technologies which is used by the people in transfer of information in a short period of time. There are several components in information technology. First one is email. Email is a postal service. It is like a postal service or electronic postal service where you will send a message within a fraction of a second. It will reach to the end user at any part of the world. And the next one is the internet browsing. Internet browsing is nothing but www, World Wide Web. This helps us to browse the information from any part of the world and about any aspects could be got within a fraction of a second or within a certain period. And wherever I am there, I can get that information from them. And the next one is the expert system. The expert system is also called as an artificial intelligence, where you can log in and get all the information as of an expert and without the presence of expert as and when you require. That means the expert system will be having the information from seed to seed. Whatever the doubt you are having, you feed it and get the information from that expert system. And the next one is the video conferencing. The video conferencing will help us to connect with the different people from the different areas. And in a short period of time, I can talk with the people who is sitting in America and I can talk with the people who is there in India or a remote village also. Only thing is they must have a network connectivity. And the next one is the mobile app. Nowadays, we are having lot of mobile app which acts as a handy for us. Wherever required, we can open an app and get the information which is required for us. Maybe on cultivation and protection, subsidiary activities, maybe on schemes, or maybe whatever you want, you can get from that. And the next one is the agri portals. Agri portal is a hub which will give detailed information about all the aspects where you can interact with the experts also and get the solution from them also. These are the important the tools or the elements which are involved in a information technology. What is the need for these ICT tools in agriculture extension? See, there is a very much requirement of these ICT tools in agriculture extension, mainly to accelerate agriculture growth. See, we want to achieve feed a increasing population means we have to achieve a higher production. For that requires a improved technology, and technology has to reach in time means we need a ICT tool. And it helps in expanding the knowledge resource. With the help of a browser, we can get the information from any part of the world or from any expert. And it is facilitate better information access. See, as I told, you can access the information from any part of the world or from any experts also. And it supplement inadequate technical manpower. See, usually we used to say that for 1,000 farmer, there is one extension worker. A one extension worker cannot cater to the needs of each and every farmer who requires the information. At that time, they can go to these portals, they can go to these apps, or they can browse from the internet and all and get the information that will going to fulfill this shortage of the technical manpower. And it strengthens the research extension client system linkage because it helps in getting a proper feedback from the farmer, and also based on their need we can give a technology and develop an effective feedback mechanism for cost effective extension delivery. That means if an individual or a individual contact method is there, if a individual extension worker has to go and meet the farmer, it requires a lot of time and money also. Whereas with the video conferencing, I can meet hundreds of people. With the app, I can reach thousands of people. Like that, we can able to cost-effective extension delivery mechanism could be used, and it helps in developing knowledge managers. That means with the certain minimum education or minimum knowledge on this information technology, if anybody is there in a village who can browse and give information to all the farmers who cannot access it. So it helps in developing a knowledge managers. And it ensures the gender equality in technology transfer process. Because whenever the technology is given through ICT tools, there is no difference between gender, age, economic status, nothing will matter. So everybody can access the information and make use of that. And it empowers the small and marginal landholders holders by giving the improved technologies to get a more returns out of a small holding. And it serves the farm stakeholders beyond technology transfer role as an employment provider in providing information on export market, environment, and rural health. That means when you go to a village as an extension worker, apart from the cultivation, they may ask the several aspects about the health, about the environment, exporting the things, employment, providing employment. All this information, an extension worker could able to browse through these ICT tools and give information in time and to maintain his credibility. What are the application of this development communication tools is in different fields. First one is the application to the scientific community. How it is useful for the scientific communities, first thing is in document delivery. We are sending mail or we are sending the SMS and we are delivering the mail. And the next one is data service. That means we can store a lot of data in our system and access it, analyze it, and come out with the result. Analyzing the research program. We can use lot of softwares to analyze our research program. And maintenance of agriculture information system. That means we can update the information system by giving the improved technologies or updated information through that. And status of current research projects. So we can upload the information or get the information about the current research projects which is going on and how much it is useful for the farming community of my area could be done by a scientific community. Create the source of information. See, whenever we require a first-hand information, it acts as a source of information. It helps in generation, analysis, and international and diffusion of international agriculture information. That does not mean that I can share the information with the American University and I can get the data of American University to me and I can compare with that and I can do the analysis and generate the information that is useful for the huge community of the farmers. And how it is useful or applicable to the farmers. For the farmers, it acts as a conventional library. That does not mean that immediately they can go and access the information whenever the problem arises, maybe through an app, maybe through a browser, or maybe they can send SMS to an expert like that. And data recording and maintenance service. Whenever you go to a field, if you find that your crop is infested with some pest and a disease, you can take a photo, note down all those things and store it in your mobile or maybe in your computer and you can send it to experts and get the information. And whatever the information given from the experts can also be stored and used for the future service. And it is a media to share the local information with each other. For example, whenever the information comes, maybe today there is a problem of hailstone, you can share that information with your fellow farmers. And how to protect your crop from a hailstone. If somebody has experimented, his ITK could be shared with each other in a local area. And it acts as a farm management service. And it helps in efficient collaboration with scientific community in solving their day-to-day problem. That means it acts as a effective feedback mechanism where farmer can give day-to-day information to a scientific community to get the solution to a problem or to get the technology based on their needs and solve the problem. And the next comes is how it is applicable to the extension worker. See, extension worker, it acts as a bibliographic service. That does not mean that it gives complete information. Not only on agriculture, they can get the information on health, education, maybe on employment, everything they can get. So it acts as a bibliography and it acts as a document delivery service as it is. So for the extension worker also, they can take a photo and send to an expert. And it helps in technical inquiry service. As soon as you go to a field, somebody may ask about the dairy technology. You may not be expert in a dairy field. Then you can get the technical information from browsing or go to an app or send a SMS to an expert and get the solution. Extension and efficient compilation of results from different branches of agriculture. That means it helps in compilation of what is happening in the different field. Maybe in agriculture, commercial farming, subsidiary activities like dairy, poultry, or maybe enterprises, you can take down and you can compile the data and send it to a higher officials. For the policymakers also, it is very, very useful because it acts as an consolidated information, because it gives the information from all the areas and it gives a general information or consolidated information. And it is accurate and efficient data service, because whenever we are putting it to a website or something, it should be accurate. You cannot give a wrong data. So always it acts as an accurate and it could be used efficiently for taking a decision while making a policy. So when we are telling a information technology, there are three types of information technology which are used in the field of development communication. The first one is the computer assisted instructional technologies. See, the computer assisted instructional technologies are mainly for delivering the instruction, maybe information retrieval, or maybe sending the information and some in time information given to a people like stock price or weather forecasting and all those things. And the next comes is the video text. The video text is an electronic system which allows the user to send and receive message from either a PC or a dedicated terminal. That does not mean that you can send a message to any PC from here and get the feedback from there or answer from there. For example, airline services, railway services. As there is a airline and railway services, you can send a message, will give a number, send SMS to them. If you send SMS to them, they will be having certain information technology portal or a hub. From there, you will going to get the information. What are the flight time, cost, where the company which is offering the service, everything will be coming. It may be dedicated terminal may be there, or any PC you can access the information, get. For example, the e-shopping. The good example is the e-shopping. If you open a website, you can search any product, you can book the product, pay the amount, and it will reach to your house. So this video text helps in interpersonal message exchange, maybe in a chat, conference, or sending emails. All these things will be helped through this video text. Next comes is the teletext. Teletext is here nothing but the video text transmission based on broadcast signal is nothing but a teletext. That means whatever the information you are accessed through PC, through your mobile, will be broadcasted through a television or maybe in a news media. That is called as a teletext. This helps in getting text and graphical information that can be transmitted on a one-way basis by linking computer to TV. Here, the teletext is only one-way communication. You can watch the news in a TV or you can watch the news in your mobile. You can go to a website and get the information, but you cannot ask a question or you cannot inquire whether it is genuine or not. For example, latest news, airline or railway information that there is a cancellation of railway flight, railway train or a flight. All these things will comes in a teletext. That means here the graphics or the information is transmitted in a one-way basis through a computer or a TV is called as a teletext. This teletext forms a broadcast technology by means of which the several pages of textual information could be transmitted to already existing a TV channel. That does not mean that, see, when you watch a TV, we can able to receive a lot of message in a day. So here, the huge amount of information which is in a textual form or maybe in a graphical or maybe in a photograph could be shared to a huge number of people with the existing TV channel when compared to a video text. Video text is only accessing the information from that site only. It may not reach all the people or may not get that much information. So this is all about the development communication, how a recent technology helps us in achieving the development in a rural area by improving their socioeconomic status, by giving the information in time and for the potentiality for effective utilization. That is very, very essential. Whatever may be the technology, if it won't reach in time and it won't be useful in high potential, then it is useless. These developmental technologies or communication will help us in reaching the people in a short period of time. I hope you have got this point and thank you so much.